Welcome to the Hall of Game. We're back here again with Jordan, and your host Darian. We also got Chris here, special guest. I don't even know if we're calling you a special guest
Sometimes
anymore.
I show up, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, he's just right now he's not showing up very well, but we're happy to have you here. Today we're going to be talking about something that's a very politically charged thing right now in gaming. It's NBA 2K21, and our impressions of it. And we're going to be talking about specific things. I would like to ask, get a feel of everybody in the room, how everyone feels about it. We're going to start out with the darkest pillow. What do you think?
Are you muted? He might be muted.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I cannot hear you.
You got to change your mic input, sir. Thank God we can't hear him yet because he looked real charged up.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna say,
yeah.
"Hey, it's like Michael Scott. You gotta mute him the first time."
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Okay, we got audio. We got audio back. What's up, man?
Look, we've been tiddlywinked,
Don't
hood
yell so.
bambazzled. We've been bamboozled. We've been that 2K. That's what they're doing to everybody. I'm tired of it. This is the worst 2K I have ever played. We need to boycott 2022 because we already paid for this. Yeah. Boycott NBA Live, NBA Jam. Let's go back and play NBA Jam on Nintendo 64. Thank you.
You heard it here first.
I might have to agree.
Yeah. What about you, Hicks? How do you feel right
Chris,
now?
go first.
I feel like I'm barely qualified to even speak about this. I fell into the 2K trap in 2K20, thanks to you guys, and put in a lot of time in a lot of hours in a very short amount of time where I should have been working and doing other things into playing 2K.
You didn't have
Literally,
to admit that, Chris.
Yeah.
literally.
You did not have to
You
admit that.
didn't have
Chris.
to say that.
You could have just kept
It was
speaking
good
about
times. It was good times.
That was a good lob, though.
Yeah. And so 2K21 comes out. I'm excited for the exact same experience, and surprise to me, it's the exact same experience. And I've already grown to hate, the real scam of it all. I've learned how much money you can spend. I spent more on 2K than I have on Apex in a whole year, in skins and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was way overpriced. The scheme of it all, it's literally just a scheme. How they structure everything, how you can only get 2K21 for next gen if you get the Mamba edition now. None of your stuff transfers over. I just learned that today, so I had to come to terms with that. I'm gonna play it, pretty much, but I'm not happy right now.
Preach, my brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay. Do you want to go last? Do you want me
I'm
to
going
go
last. Yeah, you
okay.
get all this out the way.
So-
you guys are hurt. I understand. Go first.
This
I
game
was there.
is terrible. It is terrible. I'm upset. I feel disrespected. The fact that they had the audacity to put the legend Kobe Bean Bryant on the front of that and offer us such a terrible game is just offensive and disgusting. I am disgusted. This is not a good day. This is very bad. This is a very bad day. This is a bad day for
Worst days I've had in a long time.
Yeah, the worst days I've had in a long time. No, but seriously, I was expecting them to really, if you're gonna make $100 version of a video game that has a posthumous cover, I really thought they were gonna come with maybe one of the best 2Ks they had, especially the fact that they made one even though there's not even a new season. We're still in the same season as the last one.
Wrong.
Right though, wasn't it right? It was the.
What'd you say?
No. You expect them to make a good game.
I was gonna say
Wrong.
yeah. And you're right, and I was wrong, and I'm hurt. I'm hurt more than anything because I really want to. I'm actually not enjoying myself as much as last year. Honestly, I'm enjoying it less, and that's what my issue is right now. So,
What worries me is that they keep banking on the next gen experience. I have no idea what that's going to be.
The sweat beads, bro. The sweat beads, the HD sweat. The HD sweat beads, baby.
And so it's going to flop again. twice in 1 year. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to give them my money. But I'm
And that's
Boycott.
my point.
Boycott.
And that's my point. Is
Boycott.
nobody- Are you done?
No.
Are you quite
No.
No,
Am I
keep
done?
going.
year.
Can I talk?
Not
Yes.
for
In the
another
words
year.
of Shannon
Just
Sharp, it's
boycott.
not your
Can I get
time.
done for
It's
now?
not your time.
You want to
Yes.
go?
Please,
I'll
please
listen
talk.
to you.
Please talk. Please
No,
talk.
Propaganda.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No hits.
Boycott. Boycott. Boycott.
All right.
That's
No.
all I gotta say.
No, Hicks, offer up your 2K propaganda. I mean, your opinion. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
Is this what it feels like to be attacked?
Is that Ronnie 2K in the back?
Ronnie 2K, you send him a free copy to
Way
review.
too broke for that. No money being sent over here. I think I probably have more of a sober view about what's happening with 2K just because I've been playing the online since it came out. And so I was there when they first introduced Park, and that was 2K15. 2K14 was when they first introduced the 3 parks, and 2K15 they were fully released the whole thing. So for me, I'm a little bit sober what's happening because I've seen them level it up to the point where they had probably one of the best 2Ks is probably like 17 or 18.
I
That
like
was
17.
those two were like really great ones to get on because that was like probably some of their best years with that. But after 18, I kind of felt like this was the ceiling. And since then, that has been the case. Like, they haven't done, from game to game, hasn't been any huge changes, just, you know, different storylines in the plot. But, like, none of the intricate game fixes that you wanted. I'm still having to pay $60 every year for the game. Really just putting little things here and there, which by the time you get, if you get into 2K late, like 2K19 or 20, you're expecting big things to happen, probably just because of where basketball is at that point. But coming into 2K20, I was like, okay, like, this is kind of it. Like, this is how 2K is going to be. But obviously, when the Xbox Series X came out, my only hope at this point is for the next gen. But for me, even with what they're doing with the shooting, they obviously had to nerf the shooting because shooting was way too easy before. So for me, I have a little bit more sober view. Like, it's not a great game. I didn't expect it to be. This is kind of how they've been doing the games, so I kind of expected them to not do much. I did expect them to pull back on some stuff to make things harder, like shooting, because it was insane. But that's kind of have a sober view about what's happening. I'm kind of just excited to see what they do with the next gen, because that's really the only way they have to go is up from this point, considering how bad it intricately is. It's also the best option at the end of the day. There's no other. I've played NBA Live a lot, more than I am willing to admit, and it is not it. So that's just kind of where I'm at.
That makes more sense now that you say that, because if you've seen them on a treadmill for 3 or 4 years, you're not going to get as upset as me expecting something new every year from a game. But then again, I played FIFA, I played a bunch of other ones, and I should have known when I saw the 2K anything behind that. It's going to be exactly that.
But Jordan, just because you know that's where it's going to end up, that doesn't make it okay.
Yeah.
Like,
And I never
we
said
should have.
it.
I know.
said I'm more sober to what's
That
happening.
sounds like
Yeah, I got
okay,
that,
being
but-
an abusive relationship. That's what it sounds
No, I
like.
mean, I get where you're saying, but
Don't
like,
get me started.
should still be like upset at 2K for putting this out.
Okay, here's the thing. I can't be upset because I know who this person is.
He's
It's like
tired.
if I know who you are, I can't be like a surprise or like I can't be like I might not like it. I don't like it, but I can't be upset anymore, if that makes sense. I've gone through so much. Like, I've gone through so much that I'm numb to the point, in fact, like, what
2K has abused him so
Look,
much that he's
look.
just numb to it.
Look, I can't.
You
I
guys
can't.
are at
Look,
this point now. I'm past that. Like, I'm way over. Y'all need to deal with this.
He's
Look,
numb to
I
it.
can't-
He's literally numb
I can't
to
be-
it.
Do what you want to do.
hey, look, I can't be your therapist, but I'll be your 2K therapist because this sounds
don't
like
want it.
2K
I don't
trauma.
want it.
This sounds
I
like
don't want
that's
it.
like
I
want
that's the
help.
first step of trauma. People who are traumatized generally don't want
We are
therapy. I
coining-
got you.
Oh, I do.
The
But
name
you
of this
guys-
episode is 2K Trauma. We have it. We have the episode
Dalton, write that down,
this
please.
early. 2K Trauma.
But
Boom.
when we all get that 11 p.m. text from 2K saying wreck, we all roll
gonna go
up.
play.
We all pull
Yeah,
up.
for the
Because
group
you know what?
every time.
You tell me a better alternative, and I will run and pay
There's
my
not.
$100.
There's
Because
not.
with what 2K gives you, with everything, because you guys only honestly play probably a quarter of the game, which is kind of crazy. Because with everything they give you within my team, especially in the last 2 or 3 years,
The Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yes, that shit is amazing. I don't care. Call what you want. It's amazing.
Yes,
Especially if you're
yes.
into making custom teams. If you ever played Madden or FIFA where you get to make your own fantasy teams. Like
Yeah,
2K
but they
has
make you
done-
pay for that. That's not a free thing. Like they make you pay
No,
for
it is free.
packs and stuff like that.
You don't have
No.
to pay for packs. You do
Yes,
not
but
have to pay
to
for
really
packs,
enjoy
dog.
the full experience, it's just like the regular 2K. Yeah, I could wait and grind out my character and not use any VC, but it'll be like 2 months from now until I'm where everybody else starts at.
And then you
know,
still
but-
got you still
That's
have
just
another
like any
5 or
other
6
game.
months. It's okay.
Like any other game that you
So,
play that's a sports game. Is
I
my
want
point.
I want to
There's no
present to you. We spoke about this before, but I want to present to you. Like I really think the future of 2K is 2K as a service, as not like a new game each year, because there's really they're not adding any. There's not really anything that they can add that like isn't more than I feel like a $20 update. Like they're not the graphics aren't getting that much better. Like the next generation, everything's gonna be next gen. Like they should just update it and come out with a DLC or a battle pass every year. Like I don't feel like they need to come out with. Yeah, like,
Can I rebuttal that?
Sure, go ahead.
I agree. As a consumer, once again, as somebody who's been deeply hurt, I would want something like that. Now, the reality is that is probably never going to happen because, like I said, with no alternatives, when you monopolize the market and you can release something for $60, just like Apple can release a phone for $600 to $1,000, people are going to buy it. No, I mean I love Apple. I'm just saying, like you're gonna go like there's only so many
Apple
options you
slander here,
have.
yeah.
Giving away the sauce.
But
Nah, man, I've worked at Apple for 6 years. I know how it works. Like when you have a market somewhat cornered, not as much as Apple, but like there's nowhere else to go is what I'm saying. So there's no reason for them to do that, even though it would benefit people who are actually paying attention to stuff like that. The fact of the matter is they're making this game, especially starting now, a much easier entry point for everybody to get
Much
into it.
easier. We're gonna get into the
One
shooting.
second. I just want to say something. You know, just talk about the business and it being like a monopoly.
I'm saying that because you're like kind of blurry. So I was
Yeah.
like, wait, who's
No, but just like it being a monopoly, like 2K has the opportunity to make money off it. Like I'd be more willing to deal with exorbitant microtransactions than what we're dealing with now. Like if you just increase the price of, you know, all the shirts, like make it difficult, like just to get rid of the $60, like have everyone wear brown shirts unless you pay.
Yeah, like I'm
Like-
okay with that. Make me pay.
Like I feel like I paid more on I feel like I paid more on Apex than I have on 2K. and those skins don't even do nothing. I can't make my character better. I can't
I'm
make
not
him shoot better.
disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you.
He's
What
playing
I'm
devil's
saying-
advocate.
but I'm
He's
saying
playing
no
devil's
re-
advocate.
Yeah, that's like I feel him.
But
Like, I
but you
agree.
No. But I'm you're saying there's no reason. I'm saying if they
There
did
is,
it right,
they can
they
make
could
money.
they could make more money by doing that.
How?
Yeah,
if you can
I-
get, if the people are gonna make those same microtransactions in the game and still have a 60, especially now, because now they have a 60, 80, and $100 price point. There are people who have doing for years been paying $100 and will continue to pay $100 on top of playing that extra VC. Why wouldn't they keep doing that? Is what I'm saying. I agree with you. I just think there's no incentive for them to scale down to make the stuff in the game more expensive when you can do both.
So where the hell is all
I
the money
mean,
going?
isn't that
To
what Call?
them!
But
What do you
no,
mean?
but what are they doing with it? Nothing.
I don't
You
know,
copy and
Chris.
paste.
Chris, I'm with you.
The
We're not
biggest copy and
disagreeing
paste
here.
every
We are not
year.
disagreeing.
Okay,
I'm just
but if
telling
a-
you what if I was 2K, that's what I would be thinking.
You're right.
But if Call of Duty can do it, why can't 2K? How is Call of Duty making money?
Warzone is
they-
free.
Warzone is free.
Like,
It's
they
also
have-
not the same type of game though. I don't think.
But
that's even close.
I'm just saying, like they have
I don't know.
the
I-
biggest market share outside of Fortnite for shooters, right? And they were able to do that. They're able to keep
I-
up with the times. I don't see why 2K can't do that. It doesn't make any sense.
I know.
Because
I don't.
there's
I
no
don't.
other
I just,
competition. They
for
have
now,
competition,
I don't
man.
think it's sustainable.
Who else? I need to see because it's not going to be EA. It's
I
not
want-
EA because their game's already trash.
I
'cause
want
Madden's already.
I want
trash.
them to come out with NBA Street Volume 4, bro, and
Please, I
shut
will
the
play
game
it,
down.
and I will play
And
it.
shut that
And I will
game
pay-
down.
let me tell you something. I will pay for that year to year.
I would
pay
play. I would play
service
for NBA
Street game.
NBA
I
Street
will
1 and
pay
2
money for
online.
that. A good one too. A
Yeah.
good one too at that. But yeah, I agree. I'm just saying there's no. If I'm them, why would I do that? Because I'm going to get the same people who are going to do it. I'm going to get new people every year, too, who don't know anything about it. And I'm going to make this more money than scaling down. I just don't see them doing that from a business perspective. From a customer service perspective, it makes all the sense in the world, and I'm here with y'all. That's just my thinking. Like, I've gotten to that point.
I just don't see it as a scale down.
I for money, I just think it is. Like, you can get more on top and then on the back end as well. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean they can do whatever they want at this point.
Yeah.
Is what Hicks is saying is because there's no competition, and he's right. But eventually, I'm just gonna get tired of it. And, but I said that last year, so we'll see.
Yeah, and they're gonna bank on you saying that and be like, "Go ahead."
It's because you're being forced to play.
It feels like cognitive dissonance, you know?
I mean,
Yes, he's being forced to play.
How
if
are you
wanna,
forced to play something?
Okay, you bought 2K. He bought 2K.
I bought 2K because you guys bought it. I probably would have bought
And
it.
I bought it
2K because I've loved 2K and I've always wanted to play 2K.
And that's how it starts. That's how it starts,
farts.
though. Because if all of my friends are playing 2K, if I want to play with someone, like if I want to play with my friends, then I gotta buy 2K to play with my friends.
Okay.
Like,
But you're not forced to. That's your own decision. Once again, like
Of course.
yes,
But you don't,
but I'm being forced by I'm being forced by my wantingness to play with my friends.
because hundreds of hours
Fair.
that you
FOMO,
guys are,
yes.
hundreds and hundreds of hours that you guys are going to be playing that I wouldn't be able to join in. I'd just be in the chat like, hey guys, you making your jump shots over there? Like,
And the answer would be no. And the answer would be no.
speaking of which, before you guys go into it, that is our next subject. We are going to talk about the most tumultuous, the most fiery subject of this podcast, which we thought that first part was going to be, but no, it is the shooting. How are we feeling? Has anybody in this group made a jump shot yet? I just want to know.
I actually greened 2 on stream today.
I made one.
I made one. I greened 2
Oh,
on
wow.
stream. I greened 2 on stream.
I thought I made one, but it rimmed out.
I greened a 4-footer.
All right, can I, before you guys go off, can I just give some context about what they actually did to shooting this year? And then you guys,
They ruined it. Okay, go.
They nerfed it. Number one, they nerfed it because for the last 4 years, it's been ridiculous. Literally, like you could almost do anything with the right amount of, like, limited amount of badges and the high enough rating. They did it. They literally nerfed shooting to the point where sharpshooters or shooters have to be a certain attribute, and they also have to have certain badges. So if you're not certain builds and you don't have badges, it's not going to work. And I also figured out that the boost that we used to get from, which I think we're talking about this is what I'm reading on this article, the boost you used to get from playing on a higher difficulty is not there anymore. Like, they're saying it's actually better to just play on pro for 12 minutes to boost your badges. Because so since they did that, they made it so the difficulties don't matter. So you can actually play at a lower difficulty to get your badges up higher without having to play on a more difficult version of the game. So they did that. They obviously put in the pro stick, which I don't like, I'll be honest. I think it's
You can
trash.
turn it off.
You can turn it off. Yes, what I was
Thank
telling
God.
them. You can turn it off so you actually can revert back to last year just a little bit, even though you still have those other factors happening. So they definitely nerfed it a lot, which definitely makes it a harder game, which I most spoke earlier, to get into if you played last year and expecting the same game, especially because it looks exactly the same. So I can see that. Like, you're seeing like almost the exact same thing besides the menu and the neighborhood. But when you go into the game, it's like, oh, this is literally 2K20. In the past how many 2Ks, I'm expecting the shooting to be the same. And it's definitely not even close. The room to make the greens is much smaller. The shot meter is terrible. I can barely see. I can't even see the middle half the time. Like, I feel like I need to get goggles or something to see. Like, I like literally can't see. I'm like, I'm honestly guessing. So I feel you now. Like, I'm like, I think it's here. But like before, it was like you could, like, it actually got smaller before. It started off big, got smaller. Now I just feel like it starts off small and just gets like minuscule. Half the time, like, I'm just gonna end up. They actually recommend, like Chris said, turning off your shot meter. You're gonna get an extra.
That's what I'm gonna do. That's the first thing.
Turning
I'm
off your
gonna
shop
do
menu and
when I
turning
go
down the
back
difficulty,
and play that
grinding up the
horrible game.
badges. And they all so that's just some context, but I want you guys to go ahead. I wanna
So-
hear it.
So,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
well, so with the shooting, I actually like I agree to an extent. Like, you know, I started in 2K19 like a little bit, like for the online stuff. I had played every 2K, but I always played locally until 2K19, 2K20, where I really got into it. And I really thought, you know, we played games in the rec and they green everything. So yes, that was very annoying. That needed to be scaled back. But to the point that they did it does not make sense. Like,
especially
That's a
like
big
wide
jump.
open
Wait,
jumpers.
wait, one
like,
second, one second.
Wide open jumpers.
Yeah,
Big jump, I agree.
So like I understand nerfing it off the 2K cheese, like off the dribble, the left, the right. That makes sense to me. Like you shouldn't be able to just go bing 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 and then shoot and then green a fadeaway with someone in your face. I get that. But the wide open shots, that's not even realistic. That's always been like an issue that I've had with like 2K. That is unrealistic to me. Like today we played a whole small ball game, right? And I literally dropped at least 20 wide open dimes with Hall of Fame dimer badge, and we went 3 for 30.
I hit 2 of them, by
3.
the way, guys. I'm pretty proud of that.
But you missed 10.
I did miss it.
But like that's the problem. Like, you know, it was a 5-guard lineup for some reason, and it would have been fine if we could make even half of those wide open jumpers. They weren't like contested jumpers. Like they were just, I'm gonna just sit here, slightly early, slightly late. That's not realistic. Like, yeah, like the greatest shooters have like, you know, great shot mechanics. Their shot is the same every time, but it's not exactly the same every time. It's always slightly late or slightly early from what the ideal is. So like 2K needs to find a way to at least make buff open shots.
I agree. Just real quick for any of you else go, in that same article they talked about making it more arcadey and less sim-like. Is you can actually turn off shot timing, so it's based on players' real-time percentages, which will probably feed into what you're talking about. Is even if you are a little bit late or early, it will be more on that and less about when you're releasing.
If you turn off the meter,
shot timing, it's an option in there. Yeah. So that'll kind of make it more arcadey and less realistic, I guess. Or I guess what they call realistic, even though it's not really realistic. What they call realistic in the 2K world.
That makes sense.
But
shooters don't.
Yeah. Shooters, like you said, like shooters, if you're a good shooter, even if you are slightly late or early, you should get a bounce or it should go in. Like that's what shooters shoot, and it goes in. It's percentages. But even in this game, I mean, literally, I didn't make a whole shot that game.
3 for 30 is just unacceptable.
I did not make a shot. Like I was wide. I know I'm not a shooter. They are making it so that like if you are a shooter, it pays in this game. Like if you know how to shoot with what they're doing. It's not as easy to, but it pays off. That's what they're trying to do. So, I get it. But
look, bad shooters still shoot at least 25%.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You got to
Like,
make one of them shits.
Like,
One of them out
you
of
know,
4.
before Rondo hit that 30% mark, he was in the 20%. At least you could at least expect him to make 1 out of every 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Like,
Agreed.
like right now, if you don't green it, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah, I mean, even Westbrook is shooting higher than that percentage.
Jesus.
Not
right
much.
now.
Look,
Westbrook.
higher than 0.
Yeah.
I might be the one person to feel differently about this.
Shooter.
Yes, because I spent the back half of 2K20 like trying to shoot after you guys forced me into a pseudo Kevin Love build.
First build was terrible.
Yeah, I'm so glad you
That's
did away
awkward,
with that
man.
little. It was like an Oompa Loompa that could dunk.
It was like a paint piece that was 6'7". Why was 6'7" paint piece? Like, what are we doing?
He never got the rebounds. Everyone,
Yeah.
you guys kept telling me about he was a good rebounder. I'm like,
I was
dude,
getting-
I have the
look.
same amount of rebounds as him.
I was getting tired of getting dunked on by Chris. It was getting annoying. I was like, we're on the same team. We're on the same team.
And it wasn't helpful because unless they were wide open, like 2K, the bullshit kicks in. It's not going to let you make anything unless it's an animation type move.
Yeah.
On in the paint.
Hey, I was
But-
tossing you those oops, bro. I brought those oops back for show, though. I brought those oops back to you for
Probably
show.
never happen again.
Yeah.
But what were you saying about the
But yeah,
shooting, Chris?
I made
Yeah.
the exact same build. I made a stretch 4 build, and as you guys know, it's completely skewed towards shooting, so I get a bit of wiggle room there. I've never gotten a rebound since you guys have known me with this build.
Box out.
Yeah.
Boxed out.
The ball
But
goes.
it really does help. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos too. I like pieced together my jump shot, and then I just spent an hour and a half. I made my own Pro-Am team, the City Gloop. Shout out, we're 0-2. and I just shot around.
Oh, and 3. We're on 3. Just want to point that out.
Because I couldn't find a name. I couldn't just get the name GGGG because somebody already had it. So I was like, better spell something out with G. Glue. But then I just spent an hour and a half shooting around in the Pro-Am, like just practicing.
How is our Pro-Am team not Hall of Game?
I didn't even think about that. You can make another one. We need a fresh start anyway. So.
We need a fresh start. Yeah.
Somebody should do it.
That's a good tip. I went in there and
But yeah, literally, I just sat in the Pro-Am and
That's
just
actually
shot,
really smart.
shot. So I didn't have to get angry at anybody. I didn't have to wait for any shots. It was just me shooting. So that really helped out. Plus, I mean, even just 2 or 3 badges is all you need to see it make a difference. And now I have 8 out of 24. And I'm even putting up even more bullshit shots. It almost feels like 2K20.
Yes.
Like, I can't wait for the
Now,
next
question
2
for you:
weeks.
when you're shooting, are you using the stick or are you using the X button?
The X button all the time. I
Okay.
turned off the shot aiming too because I use a stick for driving things and layups, but then that turns into shot aiming, and so every one of my layups was completely skewed because I
I
didn't know
might
what
have
the
to
hell
do
was
that
going
myself
on.
and see if that improves my experience.
But yeah, it's just the
the
X
fact that
button.
I have to do that to try to improve my experience is kind of the whole point, you know.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I think the major issue for me is that the thing is there's not a lot of people who might not have that time. There's kids who are adults who don't have that time to be able to just like spend that time to do that. So I think like it not being accessible to the average person is kind of like a double-edged sword, you know.
Yeah, I agree. That makes sense.
We
much
need to talk about something too that is, as I like to say, faulty. Is the fact that the next gen version of this, like the way that they're doing the next gen, I haven't been fully versed in. I know I have a little bit of an idea of it, but I'd like for Darkus or Hicks for you guys to basically explain what they did and why it's bad.
I guess my issue, I don't know, I haven't looked into the gameplay stuff about for the next gen. Well, my issue is I'm calling it the VC scam, where like you had to buy the Mamba edition so you can get the next generation, get it on the next generation, but your My Player doesn't transfer over.
Trash.
All your other stuff.
Wait, your My Player does not transfer
No.
over?
No, we
Yes.
talked about this already, but no, it's not a thing.
What
It-
was
thing
this
that
in a
tra-
group chat that you guys talked
Yes.
about?
We've
this?
done this,
Yeah,
we did this
we
before the
complained
game
about
came
it.
out. We game it. When
I
it came
missed
out.
this
We
conversation.
did it today. Yes.
So
No,
your
you're
My
kidding
Player,
me.
I'm not
your
playing.
My Player, everything else
Everything else does.
everything else that doesn't cost VC,
Yeah.
like to actually be good, transfers over. But your My Player doesn't.
That's the only important part of the game.
That is a huge cash grab. That is a huge cash grab, and that's actually terrible.
Are you able to play with each other?
Oh, is
What
it
do you mean?
crossplay?
Like from
Can-
Xbox to Xbox?
I don't think it's crossplay. I think I was reading that earlier. I don't think it's crossplay.
Because it's like then I'm gonna get on the game and be playing against people with fully suited up characters, and I have to start all the way over just because I got
No,
that
'cause,
money.
I mean, everybody
and I
starts
just-
over.
Yeah. Well,
I
no.
don't think so.
But it wouldn't be because you'd be going against, like, if you were going against Xbox One people, that's what he's asking. Like, if it was crossplay between those two, like all the Xbox One people,
That's,
like it almost, like, you know what? Unless it's like, I might even wait because I didn't get the Mamba edition. I got just the regular edition. So I would actually almost wait, and it almost makes more sense, just thinking out loud, to just play 2K21 on the Xbox One because
Yeah.
I'm not selling my Xbox One X anytime soon, right? So like, why would I not wait to 2K22 if there's still going to be a lot of people playing on
Damn,
the Xbox One?
You made a real point.
That's a good
It's
point.
true. Unless you
That's
bought
a good
it.
point. I bought the
Well, yeah,
Mamba
I mean, I
edition
didn't.
because it had
I didn't.
Kobe Bryant on it. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's
Yeah,
the reason
I
bought
But
it.
I need a
Yeah.
physical copy. I'm waiting
Yeah.
for like a physical copy.
Yeah,
If but I'm actually so mad at 2K, I might just go buy 2K12 instead.
or 2K17. I'm with
It's
Hicks.
just not-
2K17 is the golden era.
No,
It's just
no,
not
I'm saying-
backwards compatible though. So
No. But I'm saying I want a physical copy, and I think that was the year that Kobe was on the cover.
For what?
Yeah.
What year?
Yeah, it's a gold
2K12.
cover. It
No,
had, like,
2K10, 2K12 was Michael.
Okay, yeah, I knew it was
Yeah.
something around that time.
Yeah,
But,
2K10
okay.
was. Yeah, that was.
I
the
cannot
one.
believe that. I'm actually more offended about that than I am about the version of this game.
Yeah, no.
Like beyond all that, the My Player is probably the staple of NBA 2K.
Yeah.
And they've already not let us bring stuff from game to game. Like I really would like you to at least be able to bring like a pair of shoes or something. Like you know what I mean? Like just bring your gym shoes into the next game, or like maybe like a jersey that you unlock. Like I thought that would be really cool is if you could like select like maybe like make a duffel bag for you to bring from the game to the next one or something like that, you know, because you and like I said, it kind of goes back to my point. It's really kind of like you're playing a basketball RPG. That's what they've tricked us into doing. Is that we're playing. You have different builds, you have different ways that and abilities, and they work together to try and accomplish a goal. Which in this case is, you know, get buckets and lock down. So I feel like the fact that you're literally having to rebuild that every single year, like, I mean, it's part of the fun, but at the same time, like your baskets don't help you with that. So
Yeah.
I mean,
And
your outfits don't help with that at all.
With as much production value as they put into it, you
Yeah.
get all these B and C list actors to go do mocap in the studio, lay out this whole movie. You tear your ACL every game. There's a comeback story. You reconnect with your family.
You can do
All
that.
you can do that in real life.
You can do that in real life.
But all for what then? Like, what is all this production value going to if you're just going to scrap it every time? Why are we invested in this experience that we skip at the beginning of every My Career?
They're
We're just not gonna
literally,
give it
they've
to us in
literally
the next
just been
gen.
focusing on the story since 2K.
And the story is really awesome.
The story's really
if
good. I was
like
gonna say-
I know we don't play it right at the beginning, but I'll get back to it. And the story is always like, it's like
You pay
I'm always
attention.
sitting there. I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is actually kind of how it goes. Like it's a good
It's
a
an
good
episode of
story.
Power.
I actually played through it. I was one of the rare people who
I did.
actually played through it because I thought, hey, I'm gonna go through these games to kind of level up my character so that when I get to the NBA, I'll be prepared. Side note, I wasn't prepared. My jump shot was still clanging. But it actually narratively, I thought they actually did a really good job this year. I think last year it was really lighthearted and kind of devoid of any like actual like depth. I feel like this year there's actual questions that you have about the guy and like story, you know, things about the story. So
Can I ask you guys a question? Have you? It's just me and you that's played through the story.
yeah.
Chris or Jordan? You
I
guys
just
haven't
play, I
seen it?
literally just
Skipped
played
it.
the first
Oh,
game.
you
I went
Yeah.
straight to the neighborhood.
Alright. So I'm asking you, Mixon. This would have been a good question for the pod. Just a little funny. Did you break up with your girlfriend? Did you leave her or did you stay? Because she no,
Wait.
this is part of it.
Wait,
Spoiler
time out.
Spoiler alert.
Is this 2K?
It's a
Is this
rom-com.
2K? Are we playing?
No, it
Yes.
is. So
2K?
let me just give some context. In the game, when you start playing, whatever, when you get to college,
Yo,
When
I
you
can't
get
believe
to
you
co-
brought this up.
when you get to college,
I miss her.
wherever you go, she was cool, dude. I was like, this is really, she's actually cool. Like, you start dating this girl, whatever. You start winning on the game. She texts you after the game. Oh, da 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 da. It's like, I was like, oh, this is actually this is it when you're an athlete. Like, I'm on the road, and then like it gets to a point where you're about to get to the league if you're a lotto pick or whatever, and like it gets to a point where things are coming. Like, she's an athlete too, so she's on the road, and like she starts ghosting you, and then you get with her like right before the draft in her room, and you guys are talking, and she's like, Is this working? You just straight up tell, like, is this working? I feel like we're just talking past each other. And then she's like, well, maybe this guy's always going to be better than you. Hendrix Cobb, like, Nixon knows what I'm talking
Your best
and
friend.
Your best friend is like, maybe you'll always be better than you. Maybe you won't win a title. And then your character immediately storms and gets up. And I was like, yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. And then you have the option at that point to be like, you can leave school and go straight to NBA or stay in school and get to the draft and, like, graduate. So if you try to leave before you're too ready, they'll actually stop you and tell you, I don't think this is a good idea. You're probably not going to get drafted too high.
Chiefs out the door already.
But if
Yo.
you're a lottery pick, they'll let you go. I
Yo.
end up staying. What did you?
This is the ironic part because I'm gonna pick up the story from there. I decided to stay, so then I'm going around simping, and I go to find
Yes.
her. I'm like, "Where are you? Where's my girlfriend at? Where's she
Sad,
at?
bruh.
She's headed to Canada. Why is she headed
Yep.
to Canada? Well, let me go see. I run like literally. They play romantic comedy music. You
Yes.
run to the train to try and
Yes.
stop her before
Yes, bruh.
before she leaves, and she's like, I'm sorry, I'm out of here. I just got called up by the Olympic team, bro.
I was like, this is real as hell. It felt like 500 Days of Summer. Have you seen that movie?
Oh no, it is. It's 500 Days of 2K. Dang, that
Yo,
might
that's
be
a
the name
second
too.
time now.
Dang.
Dalton, write that down.
Dang, 500 Days of 2K. Oh my goodness, that's the
Dalton's
name.
scrambling over there.
I don't know, 2K Trauma. I don't know. It's one of those. I like 500
Yeah.
Days of 2K though. That's great.
That's a cool little thing that like they got really into the story this year.
It
You
was-
guys
it
should
was
go
pretty
through and play
good.
it. If you
It
make
was-
another build,
what-
I would recommend at least
Yeah.
to the college part, and then leave her or whatever. Go to the NBA, but like
Yeah,
it's
leave
pretty-
her. Definitely leave her. Play her
Yeah,
out.
fuck her, because she leaves anyway. So if you just make sure you're high enough, because if you're not, I swear to God, the next cutscene is the guy who's trying to manage you. You sit down at the bar, he's like, "Hey, how you doing? Good, good." He's like, "You're not ready. You're not too high on anybody's list." I was like, "Oh shit, let me get back to school."
Hey, Chris was the Mr. Irrelevant, and he's dropping 30 points a game. So
Yeah, actually.
You-
I
weren't
was
you
the
dra-
last pick in the draft, and I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I don't understand how that. I also don't understand how I got picked.
Because I simmed it all. Like, I didn't touch any. I went
Literally
straight to the
last
neighborhood.
one.
Literally, I downloaded the game. Y'all were like, Chris, are you ready? I was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I hit neighborhood instead of play game, and it was like, do you want to skip everything?
You're like,
I was
yes,
like,
yes.
And I showed up in a brown shirt on
There
the
you go.
beach.
There you go. There we go. I think we also need to change that 2K. If y'all watching, get rid of the brown shirt and the sweat. That thing.
yeah,
is
can we
so
get
old.
mauve? Can we get mauve?
Yeah, just a different
I don't
solid
think.
color.
I don't think I own a brown shirt. Dingy
Can we
shirt
get a
like
red
that.
tee?
And honestly, can you guys switch up the shape of those 2K shoes? I mean, they don't need to be like Premier.
They're the
Hey,
orthopedics.
but you have to think about the money thing. They do that because it's so ugly.
They're so ugly.
You're like,
They look
I
like
have to
Shaq.
get
It's
something.
They look like
Psychological.
Shaq's, man.
That's smart.
But luckily, and you should have it anyway. Black Lives Matter every day,
Every
all
day.
day.
It's all free.
Go
I-
get your
I know.
go get your free
You know who
shirt.
doesn't wear a Black Lives Matter shirt?
Wait, don't point at me.
I'm looking at it.
Look, I'm just gonna do this. You know who doesn't?
He was like, "Don't you dare!" Yo, man.
terrible.
Yo, I'm gonna say it for you, Dalton. I'm gonna say it for you, Dalton.
Commercial
He was
break.
like,
in
"This
three,
guy better
two,
not.
one.
Better not."
Oh my goodness!
Yo, he's
If
gonna hit
you're
us with
listening
an
to
ad.
podcast form, we brought in our producer who was not expecting us to do that.
He looked very
Oh.
perturbed. And now he's on
I'm-
the
he's
I'm
back.
sitting
He's
here
here.
working on YouTube thumbnails and
I don't know
not
what's
expecting
happening.
this to happen. Here we go.
Did you write down those 2 notes?
Fortunately, yeah, I did.
Thank you. Sir.
Unfortunately, 500
I
days
think
of
it's a
2K, and then
We always
that's
forget the
perfect.
title.
Look. Now that we have you here,
Yes,
what do you
Yes.
think about 2K?
I-
Just
I'm shooting 11% from 3 in my career because I can't hit a shot.
I think you're shooting higher than
I
me.
wasn't a bad 3-point shooter in
No,
2K20. Like,
not
you
at
can
all.
ask. I had a pure shooter, and oh my god, it's frustrating. It's frustrating.
tough.
I don't like the new shot mechanic or the new shot meter. I'm not a fan of it. I can't figure it out.
Turn it
I'm-
off. Turn off your pro stick. Lower the difficulty. I laid it out.
I'm trying to figure out the pro stick.
No, turn
I'm
it
gonna
off.
give it a chance.
It goes back to the last game, and it's.
I want to give it a
J1
chance. I want to give it a
features,
chance.
All right, I'm just
Shooting
saying you
meter-
can
the
turn
shot
it
I
off.
have,
no.
but I have some
Shot
stick
or no?
drift, and it's kind of played me. I forgot about that part. I have some stick drift. It is not for stick drift.
Yo, you and Chris with this stick drift. Buy a new controller, dog.
Dude, I bought a brand new custom controller, and it's only like a month old.
Is that
Look,
like? Is
and
that
it has
that
stick
one
drift.
company? That's
looks
not.
This is
elite.
literally Microsoft.
That's not elite though, right?
No,
No,
oh
it's not
god,
elite.
oh god,
That's a
here we
Mirage
go.
skin from
I'm just
Apex.
asking.
It is. That's what I did it after. That's what I decided.
Can
after.
you-
Thank you.
can you?
Do you have removable like paddles on the back? Does it come with a case?
No, it
And,
doesn't.
Like,
You guys disgusting.
Chris, where's your?
Wait, hold
You're
on.
elite.
Hey, Dalton. He doesn't know yours is broken. Put it on the camera.
Oh, my elite
goodness.
Do you
controller.
have?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys are some elitist. That is pun intended. You guys are elitist.
Yo, Jordan bullied me into buying this one night. He was.
It's so much better for
It was
shooters.
amazing.
Also
though.
got
It's-
the
it was
beautiful
worth
carrying
it.
case.
Like
It was-
for shooters,
For
it is
shooters,
great.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come I be carrying you guys in Apex? Then I thought you.
When?
Win.
How do I be carrying you
When?
guys in Apex?
Brother.
And then
No.
you guys.
No.
1 second.
Stop
No.
Stop.
Look.
Screenshots.
Nope.
This is a mixed up version of Karen. He's doing his.
Wait, everybody. Jordan just got off the mic.
I'm doing
He's
a
finishing.
Finisher every time.
Every
Yes, yes.
Some
Randy
context,
Orton,
everybody.
baby.
This is
Me
what's left
and
of
Chris
my
could
Elite
literally be
controller.
about to die, and he just got to finish. Oh, look at this, Dalton. Let me see.
This is what's
he's
left of my Elite
dancing.
controller.
Oh, no.
But I-
Oh no, baby.
What happened?
I've been too lazy to order parts to fix it. But
Just
yeah,
order
this
a new
thing.
one, my guy.
this thing
The
is-
cost and timing is just.
Oh yeah, I don't have. What do you mean the cost?
I mean, no, like the lost cost and time. I'm saying,
the
like
$3 cost of a new.
No. The
monitor?
time you spend on it is probably equal to like you just getting it at this point.
The problem is I haven't spent any time on it. That's why it's sitting in a
Oh,
drawer half
copy.
the
I didn't know. My bad. Okay, right.
Here we go. Well, anyways, I'm glad you guys had to take a moment to show me that you guys have Elite controllers, and
Yeah.
and I have an average normal
Microsoft Elite 2 controller.
How much did you spend? For
Yeah,
that
Elite
controller?
2.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
controller of the people. I have just. I'm just
All right,
Look,
look.
Mad Cat, you got the custom Mad Cats controller.
That was corny. That was
I
corny.
have a.
It's just a see-through GameCube controller, but it works for my.
But it
I'm
worked
just,
for my Xbox.
I'm just a man, but with a regular controller.
You play that 30-second thing?
It's like I have a big opinionated feeling about it. Boom, start the commercial.
Start this.
Okay, I have a topic that I want to bring up because
Oh, okay.
I hate 99% of this game.
Whoa.
There's about 1% of it that I like, so I want people to bring up the specific gameplay things that they like about this game.
just-
Gameplay specific. There's literally only one aspect where I feel like 2K got better from last year. Only
I got one.
aspect.
I
All
actually-
my friends, are in the same game as me, having the same bullshit experience. I like that. It's a real communal feeling. I like that we're
Me
all
too.
in 2K21, just riding it out together. That's about it. Sweat animations off the charts.
Sweat animation. It's HD sweat. I'll say for me, I actually think that even though some of it's been kind of a failure, I like the idea that they tried to change the shot meter, add a new way to shoot. I mean, maybe they failed, maybe they didn't. It'll remain
They
to be
did.
seen.
They failed.
But wait your turn. It's not your time. It's not your time. It's not your time. It's not your time, Skip. No,
Claim my time.
yeah, reclaiming my time. No, but I feel like that's where I see innovation. Like that's what I want to see from them because they're not going to be able to, like, it's still basketball. If they change the mechanics of the game too much, it won't be 2K. So we're really going to be getting similar experiences in some way or another. So I like to see innovation, and I think that was innovative. Even if it failed, they still took a chance and tried something new. So that's what I would say.
They tried to turn that into the hit stick when Madden brought in the hit stick. That was
Hit stick was amazing. Hit
That's
stick was
actually-
amazing.
Get
Dude,
me started.
Madden
I used to get
05,
fumbles,
Madden
baby.
05 on GameCube.
Bro, you used
Yo,
to hit stick
okay.
into and
Real
fumble.
quick. The hit stick is what made and broke Madden. Like literally, no, literally, it broke Madden. Like because I am also a avid
how
Madden
you
lover
doing that.
up until 1999, up until 2014. But 2014 hit, they broke the hit stick. It was completely broken. They also added a bunch of bullshit into the game, which is why I stopped playing it. But that's also one of the things that was their Achilles heel.
It
So,
was an insta fumble when you hit
yeah.
him from a certain
If
angle.
you did it,
Insta
especially with
fumble.
Ray
It was
Lewis and
beautiful.
Madden
It was
2000.
beautiful.
Get me out.
Yes, I remember you would have to aim for like right diagonal, like left shoulder, like diagonal, run through them, and then it's boom, insta
I miss
insta
football
fumble.
games. Once again, I miss football. There's no good football games. It's like, for me, I really like what they do with the dribbling. Honestly, I think that this is probably some of the best dribbling mechanics they've had to date for me. It's honestly great, especially since I've been playing as a point. I played point last year, and now I'm like a scoring machine, so I have the ball in my hands a lot more. It is honestly great. It is honestly great for those types of people. This game is for people who know how to dribble, can read like defenses, know how they're gonna move. Like it's actually pretty good, able to like pace and stop and go. It's actually pretty good for that. The momentum dribbling's good. So if your handles are high, and they also lowered the amount that you need to get to pro dribbles. I think it's at a 77. Used to be at an 80.
I heard it was 85 now.
Or is it lower? I thought it was higher.
I heard they made it higher.
I thought it was lower. Okay, well we'll have to check that. I thought it was lower. I thought it was lower. I thought they went down.
I was gonna say, I'm like mine was at 74. I
because
think
mine's
my
at
max is-
80.
I was
and
gonna say
feel
mine's
like-
at 74. I'm like, man, I really played myself then. If it was at 75 to have pro
Well,
dribbles.
I still stand by that. I just think they've done a really good job with the dribbling mechanics, better than they ever have before. Last year was pretty glitchy. It was kind of like a lot of stuff is just kind of weird. I didn't understand it. There's still some weird stuff they have. Like, I don't know why they have this thing where you still have a basketball string to your hands and it goes out of bounds and it comes back. That can't happen anymore. Nobody does that. Not even Kyrie does that. He does a lot of crazy stuff with the basketball. But that doesn't happen. Other than that, though, I think dribbling for me is the come up this year.
So that's actually that was the one area I thought.
An 85,
That-
Dalton? Okay.
Yeah, that was one of the areas I thought is much better than it was last year. Like, I'm seeing less cheese. I'm seeing like less of that stuff, and I'm a 6'7" playmaker. I have I think an 87 handle, so I'm able to do some fun stuff with the ball and move around. And you're able to create space, but it's not like I just go left, right, and I'm able to still get to the basket. One of the issues that I don't know if 2K will ever fix, but they need to, is like when you're trying to split defenders, but they don't actually reach. You just dribble it off the invisible wall of their arm.
Yeah.
Like, so like there'll be a lot of times where I'm dribbling with the left. I'll have like the defender riding me on the left, and I'm trying to split or do like a handoff to like someone on my left side, and it'll just bounce off that defender.
Instant. Instant.
So
Yeah.
that is a frustration. I don't know how you fix it, because then you're dealing with like programming in such a small like wall
Even
to
your
where
compliment turns into
Well, like-
criticism.
no, I'm not even a criticism. I'm just saying that that just sounds like I don't know. It just sounds like it'd be tough to do, because as of right now, like your hand is probably like this big, like when it's programmed in there. Like if this is the defender's hand, like it probably has like that much space where like if you move it around, you can hit the ball, even though you're looking at it, the other person's hand is not touching the ball.
Yeah. They have to bring somebody in and do that about 100 times.
There was one other thing I wanted to bring up. I felt like this year the grading system is more punishing and like less rewarding. So that was irritating for me. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. What about you, Chris?
I like the animations are a lot smoother, honestly. Like the gather animations coming off of shots and things like that are a little bit more predictable, especially since I've been playing without the shot meter for a day and a half now. Mm-hmm. It's been a little bit easier for me to know when the shot actually starts and things like that. Park load times decreased by 200%, so now it's only 3.5 minutes instead of 7 minutes, the usual time. Which was a big, quality of life improvement there.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. Just sit there and wait. I'm going to do it anyways. I really wish they would have changed or added something in Park, especially since that's highly frequented. Like, I knew exactly what was going to be there. I just needed to know where it was, which was also confusing. There's no map for the other stuff. There's only maps for the actual courts. You can't navigate unless you just run around and memorize it.
Yeah,
and write it down yourself.
And there's not
GTA cheat code.
really like good signs to show, because I had to literally have you guys like walk me over to the rig.
We all did. We all
Some of
got
those
lost.
doors are like the size of like a Tetris tall block. There's like
Could
this
it-
is not a door, dude.
That's just poor game design.
Just rename Swags.
That's it. Fixing it.
Yeah, I hate saying. I'm just really hoping that like 2K21 Next Gen is just not this. I hope they just rush this out just because they kind of had to.
Oh,
I
poor
really hope-
Hicks.
I really do.
Poor Hicks.
Why
Give
did
me
you say
21.5.
I was saying like, there's no way that's the case.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
just
what I'm
hope,
saying.
I have to. Well, I just have to hope for something, dude.
They keep
saying
My
it.
therapist taught me that.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. You gotta keep that.
I don't. Now, do I actually believe that in my heart?
No.
Probably not.
Smart
But
man.
I'm not gonna set myself up for failure. But still, that's the only thing. I'm just trying to logically think about this. But then again, at the end of the day, I've seen this movie happen about 6 times already. So I'm ready for the melodramatic ending and everybody overreacting.
I'm here for it all, though.
I'm here for
Well,
it,
I'm
and
a
I'm gonna
fan.
pay again next year.
Like, I take it a lot more personally since I've only been playing 2K casually for a
Yeah.
decade until I got into, like, other people that I was not sitting next to
Yeah.
Fair.
like, playing online. So,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm already over it.
All right. So Hicks, did you have something that you wanted to add additionally as far as things that you liked about it?
I think I like my team a little bit more. That's just me though. Like that's just the mode that I've been playing. I think they've upgraded that experience a lot. There's just so much you can do with. I think that honestly, that's something 2K should probably try to market more. A lot of people would probably like it if they actually knew what it was and knew what you can do with it. It probably is a lot. Yes.
It's time to
But everybody thinks it's a joke. So
I played
it's
my-
like it's just like a forgotten part of 2K. That's like a whole. It's just a whole part of the game. It is.
Who,
Nobody.
who thinks it's a joke?
Everybody that talks.
There's
to
dozens
me. I'm
of
the
us.
only.
As we
I'll play my
make
Patrick
jokes about
Beverly
it,
and face
as we
down
make
and
jokes
attack
about
him.
it.
I mean, it is what it is. You guys, I'm just trying to get the full value out of the $100.
No.
Look, have you
for
ever
me-
played LeBron in defense mode?
What is he talking about?
He's actually,
What,
hey,
you just
he's
bring it
actually
up?
balling right now in defense. But yeah,
Defense mode?
we're talking about
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh.
reference.
It's a
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
reference.
Dude. Yeah, I'm just not even
Which
thinking.
anime
about that.
have you seen?
I have seen it. Oh, I used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! All the time. I'm just not. I wasn't feeding into what he was saying. I was actually trying to make a point. So when he brought up defense mode, I was like, "What?
Like, what are you talking
about?"
He's like, I haven't got the defender
Yeah, I was like,
card yet.
What hard is that? It
haven't
did
got
go over
the-
my head. I'll be
He's
honest.
like, I haven't got-
R/whoosh.
he's like, he
I
plays
think my
the
team is
Iguodala
another
block
one.
and face.
I think my
trap
team's
card.
another one that's getting swept on the rug that probably provides a lot more value than people think, but they just don't use it. With the
I think, isn't there a what is it called? Almost like a fantasy basketball mode too.
yeah, there's a my team, my league. Like there's a lot
I
of.
feel like
Yeah,
I
or
feel like I
whatever.
could get down with some my league. I feel like that would be cool
It's-
to do that.
It's honestly they're both the same thing. It's just you get different evolutions of player in my team. In my league, you can just get all prime players. In my team, you can get like them towards the end of their prime and also as a rookie and at their prime. Like so, there's just a lot more depth of people who know basketball. Like whether you can
Yeah.
construct those teams. So that's why I like it, and it's peer to peer quickly. Like I can quickly go and play somebody with my team 5-on-5, and like it'd be just that. And then like they also have tournaments, so there's just a lot more within it just than just playing career and playing whatever else in local. Like 'cause that's the only thing I used to do. I used to play local, then I started playing online, and then eventually I started playing my team. I was like, oh, this makes 2K actually way more of a valuable game because career's been trash for the past 2 or 3 years, so I had to find something else to play, which ended up being my team. So I highly recommend everybody who's gonna keep buying 2K, probably most people, and looking for something to do besides career, go check out my
I
team.
mean, let's be clear. As soon as we finish this pod, we're all gonna go play 2K together,
It's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. Like, it doesn't,
and we're gonna complain about the things that
It
we're
is what it is,
that
man.
we're doing.
When you get to that point, 2K is a much more enjoyable experience. Trust me.
Look, do y'all want to go play? Do you want to go play Warzone after this?
You're not down.
I'm down to play
You're
Warzone.
not about that life.
You're not about it.
That's
Are
why-
we-
You have
Look.
Warzone downloaded?
Yeah, I re-downloaded it.
Nice.
Did
Okay.
I? Let me
All right,
see.
bet,
Actually. Let
run
me
it.
make sure if I.
I do have it.
I think.
Look,
but-
don't force me to play 2K.
Oh, we're playing
Yeah.
2K.
See? So now I'm alone. Now I'm gonna play
Now I'm
Warzone
forcing
alone.
you. So now I'm
See?
forcing you.
Now I'm gonna go play
Now I'm
Warzone
forcing
alone.
you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna
Lord.
do that.
That's
I'm
the
not gonna do
machine.
that.
That's
No,
the
but
machine.
to bring it to a close, I want to say I appreciate everybody's providing their opinions and experiences that they have. It's gonna be a fun season for us to play, and we're gonna be coming up with a basketball podcast coming up soon, and one about some some of those things coming with the new consoles and stuff. So I look forward to it. Until then, though, Hall of Game over and out.
Ronnie, fix it.
Yeah.